The visitors' room was well appointed and comfortable. 2 leather sofas faced each other, a low coffee table between them, and soft lighting and paintings showed Helios Industries' exploits on the cream walls. When Kern entered, she saw her father sitting on one of the sofas. He looked up at her, stood, and made to approach her, then remembered himself and stopped.
"Karen, you look well."
"So do you, Dad," Karen said.
Scott Cole was a stern-looking man. He and his wife had had Karen late in life, having chosen to concentrate on their medical careers. Now at 80 years old, he still carried himself with the competent air of a medic who had seen every last ailment there was to see. Whilst he had long since retired from his lofty position as the Vice President of Medical Affairs at the Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, he had still kept his hand in. He was now a humble part-time family doctor in the suburbs. He just couldn't let go.
"Seems like no expense spared here. I had the impression you would be in some whitewashed underground bunker somewhere,"
Scott said as he looked around the luxurious room.
No, Dad. They look after us here. It's practically palatial," Karen replied.
The conversation between them had always been awkward. Small talk was not a skill that Karen and her father had mastered between them. He was, truth be told, a firm and not entirely fair taskmaster. On their occasional social visits, Christmas, birthdays, Thanksgivings, he rarely asked about the personal side of Karen's life, who she was dating, her friends, hobbies, anything like that. Conversation was always about her job. Scott tucked his hands behind his back and began pacing behind the sofa, silent for a moment. Karen thought it typical of him to wear a well-cut suit and tie. Did he view this as a wake?
"Karen, what you are about to do, there is every chance we won't see each other again." "Dad, give me a moment. I've thought through what I'm going to say here. Don't break my line of thought," her father admonished. From anyone else, that kind of chastisement would result in a fiery comeback from Karen. From her father, she was simply used to it. With a sigh, she sat down in one of the chairs. "I know I have been hard with you since your mother died. Driving you, pushing you. I feel somewhat validated in those efforts, considering where you are now, what you are about to do. But it has occurred to me that we may have let certain aspects of our relationship slide," her father continued.
"We?"
Karen replied, rolling her eyes.
"Karen,"
Scott gritted his teeth.
"What I'm trying to say to you is that by the time you come home, I may be gone. It has been playing on my mind of late that I may never have the privilege of seeing any grandchildren. Give you away on your wedding day. All those things which others take for granted."
Karen was taken aback. This was the first time he had ever spoken to her like this. She let him continue, not responding, merely looking at him.
"But all that being said, I feel the need to say, I am proud of you. I must admit to have secretly hoped that you would have used the scholarship to get yourself a position at a respectable hospital. I should have known you would never have been satisfied with that," Scott said.
Karen regarded the proud old man. In many ways, her continuing on the Helios program, excelling, beating her competition, was her version of rebelling against her father. He had driven her hard to get a scholarship with them in the first place, but he had made it clear that his expectation was for her to use it as a stepping stone to follow him into medicine, perhaps even into a senior management position such as he had attained. Scott moved round to her sofa and sat down next to her. He reached into his inner pocket and pulled out a small tablet, the type that was out of date years ago, but which he felt comfortable using.
"We have never spoken much about things. The little things, I mean, especially after your mother became ill."
His voice trailed off. He cleared his throat and activated the tablet and started playing with it before continuing.
"I thought this might be our last chance to do that. I have some things for